Hey guys, welcome to my channel and the exciting announcement. I'm sure you already saw. We are announcing the pre-order open for book 2. So we're gonna do cover reveal, talk about the title, we're gonna talk about content warnings, the giveaway associated with it, lots of stuff. So make sure to stay tuned until the end and do it in the excitement with me. So this is book 1, right? SEEDER Shadow Wars. So you will want to make sure that you read this first. If you haven't already, it's available pretty much everywhere online with bookstores, and some good feedback that I'm getting on it, though I would love more reviews. I've gotten a lot of people commenting how much they loved it, but not as many official reviews online, and that does really help show legitimacy in a book. So just that little plug there. Sorry if you can hear a lot of background noises like airplanes. I live close to an Air Force base. But let's get right into book 2 now. Trouble in the Greenlands. So let me put this baby up here. So if you have not, again, read book 1, this might be a smidgen spoilerish. For example, you can see from the cover, it's the same girl. So our protagonist, at least from book 1, did not die. Spoiler right there. But this is the second book in the main trilogy, and it says at the bottom, the game is changing. So we were left with some questions at the end of book 1, primary one being, who was this Nuren guy? Ivy royalty. We will find out. I'm gonna read the blurb on the back here and go from there. It says, it's been 3 years since Saf made the life-changing decision to embrace her SEEDER nature and move to the Greenlands. She loves her job, her husband, her SEEDER family, and everything about this enchanting new realm. Life couldn't be more perfect, except for the disturbing new war tactics displayed by their enemies, the Ivies. Rachel's senior year, new point of view character. Rachel's senior year in high school is anything but typical. Discovering her true identity as a SEEDER means learning new abilities, hiding from Ivy assassins, and preparing to leave the human world behind. But something's not right with her powers, causing crippling self-doubt and leading her to make unlikely allies. Rachel's ready to join the rebellion, helping to put an end to centuries of unrest amongst the green folk. But people and promises are rarely as they seem in a war filled with secrets and misdirects. Far from being on the same page, Rachel and her new mentor, Saf, realize they can only take the needed leap of faith by trusting each other. The ultimate goal for them both is to stay alive, find out who they can trust, and just maybe, if they can manage that, they can stop a never-ending war. That is the premise of this book. The tactics are changing. This one, I have gotten a lot of great feedback from advanced copy readers, editor, beta readers, just really great feedback on this one, that people universally are loving this even more than book 1. So if you were kind of wishy on book 1, give this guy a chance. It's got a lot more plot twists and just different dynamics that I think people are really enjoying. Get to meet a second person. Technically, we do get, I'd say, 3-ish point of views. In the prologue, we get, spoiler alert for another person who didn't die in book 1, we get some of Ben's perspective. And there is a smidge bit of omniscience, like in the prologue and first introducing Rachel's backstory. But overall, it's just these two girls. We get to understand their dynamics, how different they are, but how similar. And yeah, just fun. So this is the hard copy, and right, it's got its little dust jacket, just like before. It's got the same inside, but I'll read to you just this little quote here from the inside flap. You need to start somewhere. Every wildfire needs a spark. Saf twisted her lips in thought. I guess we'll soon see if she lights a beacon of hope with that spark, or if it's only a sign that she'll crash and burn. I am just so excited. I really, really, really want people to read this, which means you can go pre-order it now. Feel free to ask any questions. I never script things, so I'm gonna be a bit here and there. Let's jump to the content warning. I did add one in here because it does get more intense than book 1. And I will say that every single one of my readers so far has said, you know what, I don't necessarily think it needed one. I guess one person who has someone in their life that has dealt with this appreciated it, but every single person that gave me feedback said, you know, normally this kind of scene in a book would be triggering for me, but the way that it was written was not for me at all, and I appreciated the way it was done. So just keep that in your mind. So this is the note from the author page at the beginning. It says, as someone that personally struggles with darker themes in literature, I wanted to address some topics that come up in this book a little more intensely than in the first. I love a good adventure and romance, but I also aim to bring up meaningful topics in a fantasy setting that could spark conversation and help readers feel less alone in their struggles. That said, there are topics that some may find more difficult to read about. For example, mental health, self-harm, assault, discrimination. I aim to tactfully include sensitive topics, and I've had positive feedback from beta readers and editors about the way they're approached here. My intention is never to glorify or justify harmful behavior, even if a fictional character doesn't get it quite right. If you find yourself struggling with any of these issues in real life, please know you're not alone, not past hope, and not beyond help from professionals, friends, and family. So just my little note there. I think the biggest thing is that there is some self-harm. I wanted complex characters that go through struggles, and it's helpful for some people to know that it may be included. Now let's get into publication date, giveaway, all that stuff. So the publication date is set for December 10th. So hopefully you folks can get the book in time for Christmas. And I'm just gonna say, it's already, we've got red and green. Isn't that a perfect gift for someone else that you also think would enjoy this? So the book will be released December 10th, and then, if you do buy a physical copy, it may take a little bit to ship to you. Hopefully it will still be there on time. I might be able to find a way to start shipping a couple days early. I don't know. I'll have to see if I can manage to tweak that behind the scenes with the distributors. But if they're not going to arrive there on time, I also think I'm going to make like a print out that people can use. Maybe they can get this on time because they can order it now, but just in case this doesn't arrive on time, you can print out something with like an official graphic and include that and say, and this book is on the way. So that way, they can dig into book 1 and know that book 2 is going to be like a Christmas part 2. So officially Trouble in the Greenlands has been available for pre-order for the ebook since the publication of book 1 of SEEDER Shadow Wars. And it's going to be that way for book 3 too. It is a lot easier to set up an ebook pre-order without having a finished manuscript, which book 3 is not right now. It has gone through extensive edits by myself and beta readers, but this week I am finishing massive rewrites and edits and then running it by another few beta readers. So just to get that feedback, to try to get it to the place I want it to be before it goes to an official line edit with my editor and proofreader and all that. So it's going to be out spring of next year. I don't have an exact date, but I will have the ebook available. If you're an ebook reader, as soon as this publication day hits, you're going to be able to pre-order it. The print copies, a lot more complicated. Just like right now, I did not have these ready until right now to officially pre-order online. And still the hardback might still not show on some websites. It can take a couple weeks to load. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff, I'm just saying. No matter which way you order for the pre-order giveaway, and I'm also calling it an early order giveaway just because I did want to give you guys like a month or two to be able to pre-order this and enter the giveaway, but the timing just did not work out with the chaos in my life. So if you order Trouble in the Greenlands before the end of the year, then you can enter the giveaway. So even after it's already out, you're eligible to enter. And then I will be picking winners, and it will be similar to the giveaway for book 1, which genuinely very few people actually entered. So you'll probably have an astounding chance to win. And I understand that, especially for book 1, because people weren't invested. So if you enjoyed book 1, then I would definitely get in on this pre-order giveaway. The things that are included, 1 is going to be a chance to win a free copy of book 3. So that's exciting. I'm already reaching out to the winners from the first giveaway to make sure they get their copy before the publication date. So that's a bonus, as you get it early. The second thing that you're going to get is exclusive behind the scenes, scenes. So there is a time jump between books 1 and 2, right? It says it's been 3 years since Saf. She's married, she's settled in. And while I think it would be awesome, and I don't want people to miss out on, how she fell in love with this whole new realm, it wasn't pertinent to the plot as much. So there are a couple of scenes that I think people would really love to see. So I wrote them, and you will have instant access to download it once you enter the giveaway. So definitely check that out. I've also had feedback from the folks that I've sent it to that they're like, oh, I really appreciate getting to see those. So that's one bonus. And then the third thing that you get in the giveaway are exclusive coloring pages. Again, it wasn't really a huge hit with the pre-order giveaway in book one, but it's one of those kind of passion projects. I've been working with an artist to get custom drawings. I'll include some right here, and these are of characters in the Greenlands and also scenes. So you will get access to the ones that I offered in the first giveaway, since not many people had an opportunity to grab them, and in the second one. So these are printable that you can print for your own personal use. I'd love to see pictures like on Instagram and stuff. Would love to see them colored in. But yeah, scenes from books 1 and 2, and it's just kind of that fun thing of being like, oh, that cabin in the woods, that scene kind of thing. So it's fun. Now this news did go out yesterday in my newsletter, so those people got a sneak peek early. So definitely do check out my newsletter, pretty please, if you're willing to take a gander. I do want that to be a good place to be able to convey information, just because I have been spending a lot of time on different platforms. Surprisingly, I've really got sucked into book talk on TikTok and author talk over there. I'm kind of growing an audience over there. So I do spend more time, and you do get to see some more behind the scenes. I'm just saying, sometimes I'll include quotes from one of the upcoming books, that kind of thing. And if you're on TikTok, I was super hesitant to get on there. So understand these are kind of different audiences, and that's totally fine. The map is updated. So you'll notice, right, when you flip to it, that there are some extra landmarks that are marked in there. So that's kind of fun that I worked with the map designer to incorporate changes. So you'll be able to look at it compared to book 1 and be like, ooh, what's so important about this village or these landmarks? So just a fun little tidbit there. Like in the back of book 1, there is an excerpt from the prologue of book 3 in here, and folks are excited so far to see what happens in book 3, to continue that story on. Contrary to what some of my reviews online have been, book 1 was not written to get you to book 2. I think there's a couple, maybe it wasn't just their thing, and they're like, yeah, it feels kind of like book 1 just was there to get you to book 2. Book 1 was written as a standalone. And then once I asked myself some questions about, well, you know, what about a seeder that maybe did things differently and had the crap hit the fan in a completely different way, and just this whole new world opened up to me about learning about the Ivies. Oh, we get to meet some Ivies and learn a lot more about their culture and some truths behind the war, and like it mentions, a rebellion. So once I realized there was that story, I did go back and edit book 1 to include things like the smallest hint about Ivy royalty and this name and how they're involved. So that wasn't actually in the original. Fun tidbit. It all started out as just one girl's journey to discover who she wants to be, to discover magic, and to stay alive. So that is kind of just the introduction to the world to Sappho the character. Rachel, we don't go through a painstaking amount of time of, you know, her making the decision and this and that. Yes, we do learn about her personal struggles and how they are very different from Sappho's. And I think in some ways even more relatable for a lot of people. A lot of people really cling on to Rachel. I have had an ARC reader, which is an advanced reader copy reader. It's a standard marketing practice with publishing that I've sent out some of the copies of the books to like bloggers, that kind of thing. And I've had one come back so far, and great feedback. I would recommend not going to look yet. It is on Goodreads and BookBub. You can go look. It will just give you spoilers. It is a little spoilery, but nothing end game spoilery. But it is 4 out of 5 stars. So that's not bad. And I just really love that she got what I was going for in a lot of ways, that we have strong female protagonists making decisions from the heart, and that there were lots of plot twists. There are some heart-wrenching moments. You know, there's loss and there's heartache, but there's a lot of wins and a lot of hope. And I'm excited. For some reason, I'm even more excited. Honestly, I think this is my favorite book in the trilogy, because of the new characters it introduces and the dynamics. I would say the romance is on par for what you saw in book 1, perhaps a little steamy for some people for a young adult's novel, but none of this series will have any like on-screen. I don't do on-screen rape or sex. Not my cup of tea. Yes, there's violence, there's assassins, there's war, but it's not like gratuitous and graphic. So I do try to keep it a little milder on that, but still focusing on the intensity. One thing I also want to mention, if you didn't already notice, I made a trailer for book 2 as well, just kind of for fun, so go check that out. The link is in the description down below. My puppy is eating food. This video I am filming and editing and posting today, and it is going to be up super late, so I'm going to stop filming now. And just tell me down below, I don't know, which character do you really hope to see in book 2 from book 1? Obviously, I've already told you, Saf and Ben, that's what you get to know for now, and we'll go from there. And I'll just add one last plea. Pretty please, if you would be willing to leave a review on book 1. The most important are Amazon and Goodreads. They really help with validity, saying that this girl is a legitimate author and the book is good. And Amazon and their marketing and advertising, they don't even really help you until it has at least 50 reviews. Right now I think it's sitting at 15, so I need like 35 more reviews, and we got over 100 pre-orders on book 1, so I know you guys can do it. And getting the word of mouth out there. If you can just share the link, that would be fantastic. Just say, hey, this is a book that I think is cool. If you're looking for Christmas gifts, if you're looking for a new read, you know, share something that you enjoyed from it. I would appreciate that so dang much. Seriously. All right, so if you haven't already seen the book trailer, go check it out, and the giveaway and all the good stuff. And any questions down below? Fantastic. Have a good day, guys. Bye.